What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris is in Pittsburgh, and Dan is in Baltimore. You'll hear from him in a little bit. But today, it's Sports Brunch. We got a lot of sports to talk about, and NFL schedule. World Cup halftime show. The first ever World Cup halftime show we're going to talk about. We're going to be talking baseball promotions. We've got a bunch of stuff to get to today. It's the Brunch Breakdown. Not Dan, Christopher. Let everybody know where they can find this thing.
Yeah, first of all, do you know who you're recording with today?
I don't, because it varies.
Yeah, well, it's me. I'm here. Beyond what most people would probably expect, Chris is on the show today, and I'm here to tell you about where you can find this show. For the few times that I'm on it, you can find it pretty much everywhere. We do a good job of telling you where to subscribe. We do it every single week, right? Subscribe, follow, anywhere you can listen to audio podcasts, anywhere you can watch video podcasts. One thing that occasionally pops into my head is we don't do enough of telling you that if you listen to this show and you like this show, that leaving a 5-star rating or leaving a review that's a positive one. If it's a negative one, keep it to yourself. But a positive one helps the algorithm tell other people that this is a show worth watching and listening to. And like, debatable. Maybe sometimes it's not, but I think we're pretty confident in saying most of the time this is a show that you're going to get at least a little giggle out of. And we're the new giggle video. That's what we are. So just, leave a rating, leave a review. We would really appreciate it wherever you listen. Even on Spotify, you can actually leave comments on the individual episodes. I just realized that over the last month. So please leave us a rating and review in addition to following and subscribing. And what else? And then on Spotify, we also have our playlist for the Sounds of Brunch, where you can listen to all of our favorite music, and we'll tell you what that looks like later in the episode. But yeah, let's get connected. Let's have a fun summer. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, rate us, review us, and Bomani Jones always says this. He's like, leave 5 stars. If you leave 4 stars, that means you're a hater. I'm like, yeah, like who leaves 4-star reviews? Like, what are you doing?
That is that is kind of passive aggressive. It's like, be honest about you either like it or you don't. There's no middle ground. There's no 4-3. Like, it's okay. No, you do or you don't.
Yeah, and just the way you have to click the stars, like you automatically click it's 5. So that means you have to like slide your mouse down or slide your finger down to get to 4 stars or 3 stars. Like you have to work to do that. Yeah. So like, yeah, you are a hater. All right, well, let's get into it. Random topics off our chest. Christopher, get it off your chest. What's up, man?
All right, man. I've been sitting on this one for a little bit. I even sent you individually a post about like things related to what I want to get off my chest today. Okay. I'm getting progressively more annoyed with the amount of social media posts that are telling you that like you need to make $500,000 a year if you want to have a kid. Like, I just think this is getting way out of control. And I'm not going to suggest that like anybody can afford a kid these days, because like, I mean, it is expensive. Like we at one point we had 3 kids in daycare. Okay. And that is a lot of money to spend. And I know like there are certain things today in today's day and age that are obviously far more expensive than they were when our parents had kids or when our grandparents had kids. And I mean like inflation adjusted, right? Like the prices of houses have far exceeded the way that our incomes have gone up. Like we can't debate that, right? Like there's some things that have gotten out of hand. But like the one post I sent you, Didi, this was like almost 2 months ago. And the title of it was, households with 2 kids now need $400,000 a year to, quote, comfortably afford childcare. The data behind this is wild. I didn't read the data because guess what? I got 3 of them and we don't make $400,000 combined. So I'm just telling you, that is, and I even know depending on the different parts of the country you live at, like Didi, where you live, it's a lot more expensive than where I live. Okay. You can get by in Pittsburgh on a lot less money than you can eat in California. But like, even at that, it's like, well, then like people get like the salaries are more in California than like, so I understand that there's a lot of caveats and there's a lot of nuances here, but like generally what I want to just say is that I think people today, when they think about like the cost of what you need we are, and like comparing it to what our parents needed or our grandparents needed back in the day when there were families that were way bigger. I think we're comfortably leaving out the fact that we believe nowadays that our needs are actually needs. Okay? And I think there's a lot of things that like we just have as part of our day, part of our week, part of our month that like actually are luxuries. Okay? Like my dad was one of 12. My mom was one of six. I think Katie's parents were one of eight and one of six or 10 or something. Like both huge families. But like they also didn't have like a car for every person in the house, right? They weren't, I feel like the dads weren't golfing and going out to the bar once a week. The moms weren't doing like the pedicures all the time, the haircut and colors all the time. Like the kids didn't have every single toy in the universe. We weren't all paying for streaming services and all these things. Like the things that we consider like you have to have, a lot of them you don't. And I'm not saying any of those things are bad. Like go get your haircut and color, get your pedicure, right? Go golfing with your buddies. But like let's just be honest about the fact that like it doesn't cost as much to live as we have made ourselves think that it actually costs to live. Like 30 years ago, people weren't paying for high-speed internet and like all the cable packages. People weren't going out to sushi 2 to 3 times a month for dinner. Like they weren't walking into Home Depot and then also picking up like dinner for that night or snacks for the kid. Like it's just I think it's our lifestyles have gotten a little bit like we've considered a normal lifestyle to be this one thing, and then in reality what you need to be paying on a daily basis, it's I think the two aren't meeting each other at the right point. And I just wanted to point that out. You don't need to make $400,000 of household income to have 2 kids. It's just not true. It's just not true. And if that's the thing scaring you away from having kids, which is expensive, it is a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun and it's very rewarding. I would encourage you to like maybe think, maybe open your mind and understand. It's not as scary as social media makes it out to be, because that post in particular that I saw that I sent you, I was just like, what are we doing here?
Dude, I have to tell people on set a lot because I'm with a lot of younger people on set and they'll tell me something about kids or something. And I'm like, guys, it's not that expensive, man. It's just not. It's really not that. It's not as expensive as you think it is. And I was like, even with daycare, it's like, okay, like you were talking about daycare. My friends in other places spend way more money than I do here with daycare because, and I think one thing about it is like living here, there are a million daycares because there's 10 million people in the greater Los Angeles area, right? So like it's not so like my choice, I have way more places I can choose from. So when we were looking for daycares, which was like a very chaotic process because it was like during the pandemic and it was like I got busy, Siobhan got busy, whatever. And we found this place that we absolutely love, but we had already went to certain places before the pandemic because that's when we were like, all right, Saoirse's almost like a year and a half, we're going to put her in daycare. And all these places had all these crazy bells and whistles. I don't need a camera on my kid 24/7. I don't want that. No one needs that. You're paying for that. Like, I don't need to log into something to see what my kid ate for the day and to see how many times my kid pooped. I'm good. I don't care. I don't care. Like, are they sick? Do they need to go to the hospital? Tell me that. I don't care about anything else that happens with my child. I don't care. I trust you. I trust caregivers. I understand that you guys aren't like, and the internet also tells you that too, like, which is just dumb. The internet's stupid. That's the main thing about this is that like everyone complains about something. It's like, oh yeah, it's so expensive. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's like, yo, your life changes when you have children. It just changes.
Yeah.
It does.
The amount of alcohol. The amount of alcohol, the amount of money I spend on alcohol nowadays and like going out to bars and like all that stuff, it's like, it doesn't happen anymore because I'm with kids. So it's like ipso facto, change the budget, put it in a different slot.
It changes. And you went back, like my parents are both one of, I think my mom's one of 7, my dad's one of 8, or maybe I have that backwards. Anyways, one of a lot. But you could go, you don't have to go back that far. It's like, you could go back, I don't know, hell, 2005 or something. Like we didn't have to spend money on an iPhone. And I'm like, what else do we have that we have to spend money on that like actually is like something that we need? Because you need a smartphone now. You know, and so
But that's the
you
thing.
have
It's
to
like
spend.
the smartphone costs like $1,000, and then the cost you incur from having the smartphone and having the access to the things that the smartphone shows you
Yeah,
drains you of the money. You can have a
yeah,
dumb smartphone though. You can
yeah.
buy smartphones that don't allow
Right.
you to have access to a lot of stuff.
You can. It's just, yeah, but this, you're right. The smartphone opens you up to the world of all the dumb shit that people pay for. It's like you don't need a $1,200 stroller.
Oh my
You don't.
God.
You don't.
Yeah.
Like if you get one, that's great. Like we had an expensive stroller, someone bought it for us. Like someone bought it for us, and then I worked for a baby company and got all this free baby shit all the time. So like we had a bunch of shit like that. But you don't need that.
Mm-mm.
You don't need that.
You don't
There
need to
are
buy it new either. Like so many people are selling stuff used and you can just buy it from somebody else.
Yeah, and all of them are the same amount of safety.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like they're all tested federally and all these things. It's like just because you went and bought your stroller for $100 at Walmart doesn't mean your kid's gonna just eject out of it
I
whenever you
know.
hit a bump. Like it's not gonna happen, guys. Like we had a stroller with a leather handlebar on it. There's no reason for that thing. We would talk about it all the time. We're like, this makes no sense. And then people that we knew who were parents that like are not much older than us, they have kids who are just like they had kids before us, and they would like look at the stuff we had, and they're just like, why do you need that? And this is somebody who had like when we had Sersha had like an 8-year-old, and they were just like,
Yeah.
what is this?
It's
Like,
gotten
what
a
are you
little out
doing?
of hand.
It's stupid. And everyone on the internet thinks you need to have this and you need to have that and you need to have like 800 different outfits for your child every day and you need to buy them and you need to buy them expensive Nike shoes or Jordans or whatever. And it's like, no, you don't.
Mm-mm.
You don't. You go to Target, buy them shoes for $10. Also, you have friends who just are constantly like, well, my kid's shoes growing. Here's some more shoes. And it's like, we're always handing up and handing down for, I don't know. There's a lot of that going on too. It's like people, kids are expensive. Your life changes, but there's all these numbers I see about how much you need to have kids. Like it's silly. It's fucking silly.
Yeah. And I think it's actually like, I mean, you explained it. Like you work with young people who it seems like increasingly younger people are more hesitant to like have families and have kids nowadays. And there's a lot that goes into that. But like I also think it's like kind of dangerous. Like we we need as a human race to support each other and survive. And like people having families gives you more purpose and you live a happier like there's a lot of stuff that comes from having a family. That's great. And I think those posts like are actually kind of damaging. So we're here to set the record straight. Just
Yeah.
have reasonable expectations and everything's gonna be fine.
I'm with you. And I think it's and also, I've said this before on here, or maybe I've just said it to you, but I think it's like our fault. And I've stopped myself from complaining so much about having
Mm,
children or
mm.
whatever. Cause you can just get into a whole thing where you're just complaining. You know, your life is fine, but you just start complaining. And when you complain and then everybody sees everything on the internet is just complaining about having, then they don't want to have children. So it's not, so the reason why certain generations are like, yeah, I'm waiting longer to have kids, whatever, which to me is like a good thing, honestly. Cause like, I mean, I got friends who are on their like second and third marriages right now. Probably shouldn't, and I knew they shouldn't have got married when they were like 22, 23. So like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but when it comes to just being afraid of having, like, yeah, we'll get married, we'll do this, but then of being afraid of having children is our fault. It's like it's the internet's fault, and it's like we gotta like, it's our fault, not theirs. Like we're the ones putting it out there all the time. So
That's true. I would always hate how like older parents would project their like
yeah,
unhappiness onto me when we were like pregnant for the first time. And then like you said, you do catch yourself. You're like, oh, I'm saying that thing. And I said that I hate it. I can't do it. All
mm-hmm.
right, I'm gonna shut my mouth. Just keep it
Yep,
closed. Yeah.
yep. Oh man, want to get this off my chest. Drake is back. Uh, put out his album Iceman plus two bonus albums because the guy just can't stop himself. But I will say this: very happy for whoever decided that he was going. You're like, we know Drake's got a bunch of songs, 43 songs in total. But, but, unlike the last two or so albums. They're not all on one thing that makes you say, oh my God, I can't get here. Three albums. Whoever decided I'm putting out three albums, Iceman, the one that he has been promoting for like a year, and then these two bonus albums, they're all separate projects. So they all go down very nicely. And Iceman, I will say, is his best work in 10 years. I love this album so much, and it is, I haven't stopped playing it. I had to drive to San Diego on Friday when it came out, so I was like, we'll see how this goes. And I didn't stop listening to it. I listened to it twice. I haven't done that with an album in a while, so I was very excited about it. I love it. I'm definitely going to throw a bunch of stuff on the playlist for it. And yeah, Drake is back, and it's exactly the album that I want from somebody I've been listening to since 2008 in 2026. And I know in the internet, and this is another thing with the internet, if you go on the internet looking for something, to just, you're like, oh, what's the best song on here? You'll just find a bunch of hate. And I find the internet to be, and I find that to almost be good about the internet now, because I think people need to understand this. If you want any kind of opinion on culture of any sort, right, or any kind of art, you have to go give your own opinion yourself before seeking somebody else's, seeing what other people are thinking about it. Because when you just, it's like we're just force-fed hate now. It makes no sense that whenever I look up reviews for Scorpion, it's just, I mean, reviews for Iceman or reviews for whatever, or like, what's everyone think about the Drake album? It's just a bunch of hate and then like one positive thing. And it's like, I don't need everyone to be like, it's the greatest thing ever. I just was like, oh yeah, like I like these three songs. Like, that's cool. I like those three songs. I want to see what songs people are liking on this album too, right? But you can't find that. You just find a bunch of people with these long things about why they hate Drake and why he's this and he's that. And they're like, oh, he's like, I like when my rappers have families and children. I'm like, well, he's got one kid and he's not married. Like, I don't know what you want him to do. He's not going to be talking about, like, he's not going to be talking about that. I don't know what you want to do. There's other people who can.
What a weird comment.
It's unbelievable if you go down a rabbit hole of like what people think about this Drake album, because it's a lot of people saying, well, Drake's 39 years old and like he's not mature enough. He's still out in the clubs. I was like, well, he's not married. He co-parents. I can't tell you, I wouldn't be out doing the same thing if I were 39 and rich as all get out. Like, you're not Drake. Like, I don't know what to do. He has more money than God, and he does not have a family. Maybe there will be one day that he does, and he will. But like, the album's is way more mature. You find out way more stuff about Drake than you probably ever have, and there's some jams on there, and the production's great. I love it. But yeah, just if you're looking for any kind of just thoughts on culture, whatever it's movies, music, it's sports, even anything, like make your own opinion up before you start looking other things. Listen to the album yourself. Let's watch the movie yourself before having other people just like flood your mind with a bunch of just shit that you're like, all right. Because like I feel like that happens with me in movies sometimes, where it's like I'll look at a review of a movie, or I'll look at what people are saying on the internet, and I'm like, oh man, I'll go into the movie like, I don't know if this is gonna be great. And then I look and I watch it and I'm just like, this was fucking awesome. I said this to you guys last week with the Michael movie, and I was like, what? I couldn't find, there's no better time. There's no better way to spend your afternoon than watching that Michael movie. It's just, it's the greatest 2 hours I've spent in a movie theater ever. And everybody in the movie theater singing, and people, some were dancing, people were happy. It's like, what? Yeah. It's a Michael Jackson movie. What were you supposed to do? Why? Like, I don't know why I let those people get into my head. So don't let people get in your head about this Drake album. Iceman is awesome. Then the other two, there's a lot of stuff going on. You may not like those as much. Iceman's the shit, though.
Well, it's kind of like what we just said, like parents projecting on young parents or like young kids about like what it's going to be like, and all you do is share the horror stories. Like one of the things I hate the most about movies and entertainment is like somebody telling you their opinion of it before you get to see it yourself, because then it's impossible for you to go into it with a completely open mind, because you've heard that one negative thing, and it's like normally from a friend, and it's like, well, that's my friend, so I respect their opinion, and then maybe at the end of it you enjoy it, but like you don't enjoy it as much as you could have, because like that's lingering in the back of your mind. Like, when is the period of time in this movie when I'm gonna hate it? When's the bad part? You know? And so you're always expecting the worst. I don't know. I wish we could. AI's got to be strong enough now that like we got to find a way to just like, hey, no negative comments are allowed on the internet anymore. Like, we got to be able to figure that out, because at this point, 92% 2% of people who leave reviews or comments on the internet, it's negative. Nobody goes out of their way to post something positive. They're just living a happy life. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah, it's like, have you ever, dude, when you look up product reviews on anything, the stuff that you see people give negative reviews about, like, we just got this new mattress, right? And I was looking up reviews on it, and one of the reviews, right, said, I gave it 1 star because it's very hard for my wife to put the fitted sheet on. The mattress is too heavy.
It's like, no, you're too out of shape. You need to lift some weights so you can lift up the mattress. Like, that's your fault.
Like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was wild. But
That makes me so mad that you
dude,
just told me that.
that was the review on this mattress that I was like looking up reviews on. It was literally that. It's like the mattress is too heavy.
Yeah. So like most of negative reviews, dear listener, right now, when you read reviews on something, go into it understanding virtually all of them start with, well, the problem is me. Well,
Yes.
I have an issue first and foremost, but and then whatever the comment is.
Yep. Man. All right. Let's go to Dan.
Oh yeah, Dan.
We got
I'm
Dan.
glad you remembered that because we were getting close to totally forgetting about him.
Yeah, almost forgot about him.
Dan has something to share this week. Hopefully the audio comes through. Didi, if it doesn't, you let me know. But
right.
Dan is where is he?
He's in Baltimore.
He's in Baltimore. Checking out the Ravens Hall of Fame, and he had something to send to us.
Boys, how we doing? Apologies for not being there this week, but also not really, because feels like one of the two of you hasn't been there the last couple of weeks, and I figured I deserved a week off. So just part of the rotation, I guess. But anyways, I know you're holding it down well. But checking in, why am I not there? Coming to you from Baltimore, right behind me, this like amazing view that we have from this very cool rooftop, including right over my shoulder here. Yeah, that's M&T Bank Stadium. Yeah, we don't really give a shit about that. But anyways, yeah, coming to you from Baltimore, a little weekend trip down here. Not a far drive from Pittsburgh. I haven't been here in like, I don't know, 25 years. So been a long time. Came down to do a couple of things. First was medieval times. That's right, medieval times. Came down here with a group of friends. We're gonna come back to that. Okay. Tell you some of the other things that we've done, my explorations of Baltimore, and hopefully the wind isn't too insane up here. But the Guinness Open Gate Brewery. There's only 2 Guinness breweries in the United States. One's in Chicago, one's in Baltimore, and you get to go behind the scenes, and we got to do this really, really cool tour and tasting of some unique Guinness beers that they only brew here in Baltimore. You think Guinness, what do they brew? They brew Guinness. That's kind of it, the Guinness stout. No. They do some exploratory things down here, and it was very cool to get to taste some of those and get to hear a little bit about the process that they do. So highly, highly recommend if you're either in Chicago or Baltimore. Those are the 2 Guinness breweries in the United States. Of course, everybody says the one in Dublin is the best. Of course it is. But very, very cool. Highly recommend. Came down here to get some really, really good seafood. Nice to be along the water once again to get the fresh stuff. Crab. We're in crab capital, basically. So it's been really, really nice to be able to get some of that. The weather's turning. It's been a beautiful weekend here. So it's nice to get some fresh local seafood as well. Yeah, but been a really, really fun time. The National Aquarium is here, right? The big one, the best one that we have representing our country, and a lot of fun. Went through there. You think aquarium, that's kid stuff. No, nope. Cool for adults too. Sharks, they have birds in there. I don't know why, but also a lot of fun. So yeah, nice little trip down in Baltimore. Want to go back medieval times real quick. That's a freaking blast, man. Like you don't have to be a kid. That's not for kids. That's not kids only. You know what I mean? That's something else I hadn't done in 25 years was go to medieval times. And my wife had never been, and I was like, we gotta go. Medieval times, Lola, medieval times, if anybody knows that reference. And like, shout out to just like, actors and like theater and like dinner and a show. You know what I mean? Like, go see a show. Go support people that are local and acting and stuff like that. There's local, they're over here riding on horses and acting. And there's a whole dinner and a show to it. and go support. Go support. There's tons of medieval times all over the country. Baltimore is the closest one to Pittsburgh. There's Toronto. There's one out by you. Florida. There's a good bunch of them, but like keep these things alive, man. I think keep going to medieval times. It's cool. It's cool. Dinner and show is really really cool. It just like I don't. It's not. I say local art. It's not like local art, obviously, but it's local artists that are performing, and like they know what to do. They know what they're doing. It's a good show. It's a fun time. Kids, adults, people of all ages. I got knighted. It was an amazing honor. So Sir Daniel is how you can refer to me from now on because the king and queen said so. That's how it goes. Anyways, real quick before I go, a little beef with medieval times, the food. We got to talk about the food. We're going to talk about that next week on the pod when I come back. We can do better. We can do better for what you pay for the food at medieval times. But again, more to come on that next week. Gentlemen, have a great show. I'll hope to check in with you together. Let's get together next week. Huh? Same time, same channel, maybe the three of us. That'd be nice. Anyways, have a great show. Talk to you then.
Beautiful.
I regret to inform you I'm not going to be here next week, so we will not be doing these again. I'm going to be out of town over Memorial Day. But maybe the one after that.
Where are you going?
We're going back to the lake.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Memorial Day at the lake. Doesn't get much better than that. Based on his timeline, I actually think the last time Dan was at Medieval Times, he was with me because we went there on a band trip in high school. And I remember it being a lot of fun back then. But
Medieval Times is great. I went there last year and I've
nice.
loved every second of it.
I remember it being a lot of fun. I'm interested in what his complaint is with the food because like you're supposed to eat like it's medieval times. So
Yeah,
like,
it's really the food is just, it's fine. It's just chicken and stuff.
like
I don't know.
Dan, they didn't have breadsticks in medieval times. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like there's nothing to write. He's right. There's nothing to write home about the food, but like I ate it. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
and for the kids aspect of it, I remember it was just chicken and like whatever the hell else, and it was like all the food that like my kids like will just eat. Like, don't put any seasoning on it, or for the love of God, they'll lose their minds. So yeah,
I like a big leg of meat, That's it's a good time.
got no beef with that. They gave me hot sauce. I needed that, and that was good. So we're legit. Oh man! All right, let's get into Brews Day. Chris, you sipping on anything? What you got?
Yeah, I got the Squish Hazy IPA from Cinderlands.
Ooh.
Took that up to the lake last weekend, enjoyed it, and I'll probably have some more at the lake next weekend and enjoy it. But that's what I've been sipping on. What about you?
Nice. I did a commercial for something I'm not allowed to say yet, but I got to try a beer there because I saw it and they were like, "You want to try it?" And I was like, "I can. Let's do this." Dubai Drift, Dubai Chocolate Stout.
Uh-oh.
Okay? Because I was like, this just looks cool. I would never buy this. I was like, this looks cool. And they're like, "We want to try it?" Cool. Dude, if I drank beer like this, I would be 300 pounds. Like, I'm so happy that I don't drink stuff like this because it was so heavy and I had like this much of it. Like this much of it. But it tasted so good. Like, I mean, I felt like I was just drinking chocolate. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like I was drinking chocolate. And it was just really freaking good. Talk about a dessert beer. This is definitely it. So yeah, if you see any beer with Dubai chocolate in it, which I guess is like a trendy thing or something, give it a shot, man. Give it a shot because it's freaking tasty. So, or if you know anybody who loves thick beers like that, like I am not a thick beer person, but if you like them thick, this is it. So, yeah, Dubai Drift, Dubai Chocolate Stout. Just
good. I mean, I think
delicious.
Dan likes his beers pretty thick. He's a big
Dan
stout
does
guy.
Dan does like his beers like that. I thought about him the whole time. But yeah.
Dubai chocolate.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sponsor of the Live Golf Tournament.
Well, basically, yeah. Yeah, probably. And all of sports on the low, basically. Yeah. Yeah. The Lakers are like not half, I feel like mostly owned by somewhere over there.
Oh, that's good.
Which is like
What could go wrong?
It's like it's hidden behind something, and then it's like, oh yeah, actually this is that too. So it's all in our sports. Yay. All right. Well, let's get into the main menu, Christopher. NFL schedules came out this week in football. Get it.
Yeah, man. So NFL schedule's out, which is always an exciting day for yours truly because, once we hit Memorial Day, which is coming up here, then it's basically football season for me. So this is always a fun day. I will say, I think the NFL schedule release is a little bit overhyped. Like, I think it's a little bit much, and that's coming from a guy who loves any news about football
It's
this time of year.
stupid, Chris. Just say
Yeah,
it's stupid.
it kind of is because like we already know who's playing who. This is just
Hmm.
like on what date. And now I think if you are a bigger diehard NFL fan than even me, and you go to the games, then it is a big deal because then you get to figure out where you're traveling, where. Which leads me into a story, Didi, and I think it'll take us into our first topic here with the NFL schedule release. Is there are many, many international games that are
Yeah,
happening this year. They've opened it up to
9,
go
correct?
to yeah, not only London and Germany and Mexico City, which they've done before. Now they're going to, I believe, Italy. They're going to be going to opening the season in Australia. Like they're going all over the globe here. And a neighbor of mine down the hill, he's a Pitt fan and obviously Steeler fan. And we were talking. I was asking him like, "Hey, you going to any Pitt road games this year?" He's like, "No." He's like, "We're really actually." Just holding out for one Steeler game because the Steelers are playing in New Orleans this year. And he's like, so we're going to plan to go down there, go on Bourbon Street. That's going to be our big road trip. Little did he know that like 2 weeks later, the NFL was going to announce that the Steelers game in New Orleans is being played in Paris, France. And that was the cutoff for me, buddy. Like, we don't need to grow the game anymore. All right,
This is an amazing story.
we got like half of the damn country watching NFL football, watching the Super Bowl. Like we don't need more people in on this. Okay? I don't care if the French are aware of Aaron Rodgers playing quarterback of 43 years old. I don't need people to know about the NFL in the other countries. I know they want it because if you've made some money, well, then you got to make more. You can't stop growing. You can't stop earning. It's got to get as big as possible. Friends, let's be honest about this. Any business that has gotten a bit too big for its britches has crumbled to the ground in a horrible fashion. Okay, you can get too big, and it's just a matter of time before that happens here in football. And the fact that we're opening it up now to like games in 5 or 6 different countries this year, I've had enough. I've had enough. I wasn't even planning on going to this game, okay? But friends of mine were, and I was thinking, you know what? I've been down to Bourbon Street a number of times. Gone there with you, Didi. I know how special that is. I know how much fun that is. And I thought how much fun it could be to be down there for a Steeler game and think that that's going to happen for the last 4 months. And then you're excited for the schedule to come out to find out exactly what day you need to book your airfare, book your hotels. And then you find out, ha! Joke's on you. You're going over the Atlantic Ocean. You got to go to Paris if you want to see this football game. It's a travesty. I hate it. I'm done with these international games. I'm so done. I'm so done. I'm so done.
That is a phenomenal story. I didn't know that's where it was going.
Yeah.
And until you started, I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Because I knew the game was in Paris, but wow. Phenomenal story. Phenomenal delivery by you. But yeah, I was looking at the schedule, and I was just like, if I want to, I was like, or if I were going to go to any game, it would be who plays in Rio. Wait, let me look. Okay, it's Ravens and Cowboys. It doesn't matter what teams play in Rio. It's just like that's the destination that I would much rather go to is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. That's where I would want to go. But then I thought about it and I was like, do I want to go to a football game or do I just want to go to Brazil? Because when
Yeah.
I look at this, it's like, do I want to waste my time going to an NFL game in a place that I actually want to visit? Because that's kind of my problem here is that I just want to go. I want to go to some of these places, but I don't know if I want to sit at a football game for 4 hours to do that.
That's
And
fair.
and these international games are still just maybe it's different in London. Maybe it's different in London. Maybe there's some NFL fan base now because they've been doing these games forever in London, right? Maybe there is something there, right? But all these other places they're just adding, which they're going to eventually add to every week there will be an international game. Every week there will be an international game because we got 9 this year. It's like there's no reason why there won't just be one every single week of the season. Someone going somewhere international, but like I just don't know. Like, these games are just an event. So they sell out. They're a big deal because it's a novelty thing, right? Like in Paris, people are just like, yeah, like I'm going to Paris for the game, or like people in Paris are just like, yo, the NFL's coming. Like, let's go check out the NFL. Like, let's go do that and wear what random jersey that we find on the street. Like, I don't know. And I don't know. I just think there's too many international games, and I think that I wouldn't want to go see the NFL at them. Have you thought about that? Like, because these happen in college football too, and in basketball they happen and stuff. But I'm just like, these places are cool, but I don't know if I want to go to a game to go to these places. I don't know if I want to go to a game at these places. I just don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, not this coming season, but the next season, Pitt is playing in Ireland, and they're playing Wisconsin, and so it ends up we're not going to go, but we were seriously considering going because Katie and I both went to Pitt for our masters. Katie went to Wisconsin for her undergrad, so our families are tightly connected in this football game. I'm Irish. Ireland is always a place that I want to go sometime. So like it was a deep connection for us. But I think largely there's not a lot of people that are traveling abroad to see Pitt football play, right? So it's like who in Ireland wants to go see the number 6 ACC team versus the number 6 Big Ten team? You know, like it is a little bit bizarre. And then with the NFL, it's like, yeah, basically what it is just like, it's like the Pro Bowl when you think about a crowd, because it's just like all these fans who bought a jersey at some point and that's the jersey they have. So they're going to wear it to the game. I'm sure that it grows the game a bit. Just like I'm sure when Premier League teams come here to the United States to play, it grows the game a bit. But I think it probably, like the Premier League coming here, grows the game at such a small percentage that it's hard for me to understand why we would just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Now, most of what the NFL doesn't fail. So I really I shouldn't say shit about this topic because they probably know what they're doing and it's probably working. But I'm going to tell you where this is going, Didi. Get ready for the Super Bowl in London one year.
Oh, that is 1,000% happening. Like, I can't believe it hasn't happened yet. Like, the Super Bowl will be in one of these. It's gonna be in one of these places. Like, for 100%.
And it's the worst. That's the worst. Like the Super Bowl. Actually, the Super Bowl crowd is probably a lot like these crowds in these other countries where like half the crowd at the Super Bowl, it's not even people who root for the teams. They just like called into a radio station and won tickets or some shit. Like, you know, it's like mostly corporate sponsors in terms of the fans that are at these games. It's like my least favorite game of the year because there's no atmosphere at all. Yeah, I just hate it. Everything about it, even college. Like, you know how college does these like at the beginning of the year or even like in the middle of the year sometimes it's like the biggest game of the week is played at like the Falcons stadium instead of on campus at Georgia, you know? Yep. Like I hate this shit. The more that they go for the money, the more they suck the life out of what makes football so fun. Like I don't even like going to, you go to a Steeler, it would be like Steelers Colts and there'll be like people in Broncos jerseys at the game. And it's like week 12. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I want to go back to where it was like, there were like 4 people from the other team that showed up to Three Rivers Stadium and they're stupid. And 2 of them are going to get beat up before they leave. Like, I want to go back to that. And we're not going to, but I don't like this one bit. And like, what isn't the Australia game to start the season? Isn't it on like a Wednesday night or something? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it would have to be because the time difference. So it'd have to like, yeah.
What are we doing?
Dude, I have no idea. It's just, it seems like I've seen a bunch of stuff like they're killing the golden goose. I'm like, I think we're going a little too far from that. But I did see something I did find fascinating was that all these huge TV deals that you see, it's like CBS is paying $2 billion, blah, blah, blah is paying this much money to keep the NFL. None of these networks are making money anymore on the NFL. And so now they're trying to take it to like, they're trying to change some Broadcasting Rights Act or something like that to make the prices go lower. But then They're like, no, because all the tech places, they'll just pay more for it. Like Netflix will pay more for it. Amazon Prime will pay more for it. And I got to tell you, as an NBA fan, it has been very annoying watching the playoffs this year, not knowing where games are. And this is somebody who I live in the market of a team that was in the second round of the playoffs. So I watched a bunch of playoff games that were with the Los Angeles Lakers. And I didn't just turn on the TV and the Lakers were on. No. I got to be like, wait, are they on Peacock? No, they're not on Peacock. Fuck. Oh, Amazon Prime, the game's on today. Then you go to the next one, Amazon Prime. No, it's not on Prime. Oh, no, it's not on Peacock. Oh, it's on ESPN today. Dude, it's annoying. It's really annoying going from streamer to cable. Like you're just going from place to place. It's very annoying. And also the first round was really annoying too because with the problem with streaming and watching games is when there's multiple things on, you have to get out of the app, then go into another app, then get out of the app. You can't just go back. You can't just go back like you can with cable. And it's very annoying doing that. And I'm like, if the NFL gets to that, it's going to be very annoying. If it does get to that, and I can see that becoming a problem, so they better chill out. But I mean, the NFL's a beast. They're gonna make all the money they possibly can, but these international games, all of this stuff, the growth, 18 game schedule coming probably, like, whew, it's a lot going on.
It's too much. I'm not a fan of it, and I want to share this because like ultimately, dude, I know that like the franchises exist and the league exists to make money, but like the money is made because there's like an actual product on the field. And like, look at this list. If you're not watching, you should hop over to Spotify or YouTube for this of the most miles traveled in this upcoming season. The San Francisco 49ers, I believe they're one of the teams in the Melbourne, Australia game.
Yes.
They are traveling 38,000 miles this season. The Carolina Panthers are traveling 8,000 miles. Like you're messing with the competitive balance of the football games. They're traveling 30,000 miles more than that's insane. I just and I know like if you're in the NFC or AFC West, you're going to be traveling a lot more just because you're on the West Coast. Like that's always been the case. But like then I don't know, maybe don't put one of those teams in the Australia game. I don't know. I also saw that I think it's the Rams are playing like 7 primetime games this year. It's just I don't know. It's like it's every year it's becoming more clear that like the league, like the outcome of the games is less important to them than the money that the game generates. And that's kind of annoying as a fan. I'm going to watch it, but it's annoying to me.
Of course, you're going to watch it. And yeah, the miles traveled thing, I saw that and I was like, that is absolutely insane. Also, you know what else is insane? 49ers Rams. 2 teams, rivals in California. Why are they playing in Australia? Like, I feel like you lose the sauce when you put like games that people actually want to go to, that people have been going to for years. You know what I'm saying? That people have been, 49ers, Rams, that goes back in the day. And I know the Rams left for a while and then they came back, whatever, but that's something that people care about, right? They care about it, right? They get the bragging rights. California, you see anywhere you go, all through California, Southern California, Northern California, Central California, you're going to see someone with Rams, 49ers, all that. It's like that. Those are the teams, or the Raiders. You're going to see those, right? But like putting that game in Australia is stupid. I enjoyed when the international games were games that like just all right, fine. You can put the Lions and the Jaguars there. I don't care.
Yes, because
but don't put Steelers Ravens in Brazil next year. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't put rivalry games in other places. Put random matchups. Like I'm not saying you can't put the big teams in there. Go ahead. Put Steelers, I don't know, Bears in Australia. Don't care. But don't put like Bears Packers in Ireland.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? Don't do that.
That's a great point, man. And like, that is kind of them like spitting in the face of the fan who actually made the league as big as it is. Cause it's like, okay, well, you're not going to get to see the game you care about the most this year unless you fly to the other side of the world. That sucks. And if it is Jags, It's funny. It's always Jags. If it's like
Yeah, it's always
Jags,
Jags.
Jags Titans or whatever, like that game will actually in Germany probably get better ratings because people will want to tune in just to see what a game is like in Germany,
Yeah,
right? But if you put Jags Titans on at the 1 p.m. CBS, no one's watching it. That's that regional
no,
game. Like if you look at the map, it's got like a dime size viewing area and the rest is watching like Packers Bears.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just this is all stupid, man.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's like, but dude, you mentioned such a great point with what they do in college football, where they'll play like the Georgia game at the where the Falcons play and all that shit. Because after going to Alabama for a concert, I
Mhm.
was like, why would they play anywhere other than here? And that's not something that I ever thought about because Alabama always plays in one of these like Peach Classic games or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? If you're a college football fan, you know exactly what we're talking about. They play at the NFL stadium, wherever. And I'm like, man, I bet people are pissed that that game is not that Alabama's not playing whoever the non-conference school they're playing in the first game. They're not playing it there. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm just being there, I was like, I don't know why you'd want to watch college football anywhere else.
Dude, I remember watching when we were at Stadium Swim last
Yeah,
year, they had it was Tennessee and Syracuse playing in Atlanta. Like, do you
yeah,
understand the atmosphere that could have been if it was? I mean, Tennessee always has an amazing atmosphere, or
yeah,
like put that game in the Carrier Dome. Like,
yeah.
that would have been so cool to see what that, but no, we're playing it in Atlanta, which is not either campus, not either
Nope,
state.
nope.
Like, what do we?
You're just taking a trip to Atlanta, which Atlanta's great. But again, do you want to waste your time watching a football game in a place you want to visit? I like, yeah, 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 man. NFL. Well, we'll all be watching. We're
Yeah, we're
complaining, but
gonna
we'll all be
watch.
watching. Speaking of Stadium Swim, they did send me an email yesterday, and I was like, man, all right.
Well,
See you next year, I guess.
yeah, I turned 40 and then we have to go.
Yep,
That's the thing.
yep,
And Dan will have turned 40. So we'll actually
yeah.
have two 40th birthdays to
Two,
celebrate.
340s.
Does Slot turn 40
If
too?
Slaw will be 40 next year, I believe,
I
right?
guess so.
So
Yeah, because he's
yeah,
he's my age.
yeah. So yeah, a lot of 40s.
Big brother Didi's got to take
They
his
got
little
the old
brothers.
man. The old man. Take the old man, show you guys how to do it. How to do it. Oh man. All right. World Cup halftime show. Very first one ever. I've been seeing this talked about for so long that I didn't know that it was actually really going to happen. I just thought it was like an internet joke. But no, the World Cup is actually doing a halftime show. BTS, Shakira, Madonna. How you feel?
Yeah, I mean, this is I guess I'm kind of confused. Is it like because the World Cup, it's not like the Super Bowl where there's one, you
No.
know? So like is this at the final match or is it at like the first match or
I don't know. I just believe it's probably going to be, I assume it's going to be at halftime of the final. It'll
oh,
be at
wait.
half of the final.
So this says headline the July 19th event at New Jersey's MetLife Stadium.
Okay, that's the final. Is the 19th.
That's the final. Okay.
Yeah, that's the final. Is the 19th. So yeah,
The performances could extend halftime past the regulation 15 minutes.
it will.
The first of its kind show will last 11 minutes. I mean, you've definitely got the international appeal, right? Madonna is Madonna from here? Or is she from the UK?
She's from here, but
She's
she
from here.
has a fake accent that
Yeah,
like
she's confusing.
yeah, but
And
she's
then
from New York.
Shakira, BTS, so you're getting your, international flavors there. I mean, it's interesting. Shakira and Madonna in particular are like only showing up in movie soundtracks most days. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's watching Zootopia, so Shakira is pretty relevant to my kids. They don't know it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I just it's hard for me to not compare this directly to the Super Bowl halftime show, which is like the thing, and it doesn't
Mhm.
feel as cool to me. But I'm sure it does to most of the rest of the world because soccer and the World Cup final is like the thing, and it's just
Yeah.
not that way to us.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes because there were so many big names floated about this, but I think because it's the first one,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants to be the first one. And that might be why they have 3 acts doing this in 11 minutes. Like, I don't know. BTS is unbelievably massive. unbelievably massive.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, because you got to think, it's like, this is the World Cup. Like the NFL, that's America, right? That's America and some other places. And I know the whole world watches, so that's why they do it. But this is the World Cup. Like the whole world is actually watching this. Like this is insane. Like 1 billion people will be watching this show. So like, and I mean, granted, I don't know if I would be watching the World Cup final, but I'll probably be tuning into the halftime show.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe this is how they draw the American audience.
Yeah, yeah. We're like, we're the now we're the other side of the Super Bowl, where it's like, how do we get people from this place to watch? Oh, we put Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl, so now we got everybody watching. And it's for us. It's like, oh, all right, music. I mean, if I'm sitting there on July 19th, I might just tune it in. Why not?
What else?
You know. So I guess they got me. So good on you, World Cup. You guys got me.
I do like the multi-artist performance, though.
Me too.
I still think back to like, I just remember it. I think it was in Miami's stadium in the early 2000s. But remember they had that one where it was like, oh, was it the one with the Janet Jackson thing that was the big deal?
Yeah, that was that was a bunch.
Janet Jackson. There was a bunch of different artists. Like maybe Aerosmith might have even popped in there at some point. That was a cool, despite the whole like wardrobe thing. Like that was a cool halftime show because so many stars were there at once. And now I feel like it's like, well, no, we only have to pick one, and they have to get all the money, right? It's like it's kind of changed a bit. I wish they would do more of that though. And I think actually if they did more of that, they would have less people hating on it, because if you do like Bad Bunny, but then mix in some other artist that's like maybe appeals a bit more to an older crowd, but is like still relevant to young people, then like you can find a creative way to mix it in and then mix it back out, and then everybody's happy. Like I think they should do that more.
I mean, I like it. I mean, they're probably gonna start. I think they're gonna start doing that again, because I think there was just a long list of people who deserve to be headlining Super Bowl halftime shows, and they were just like, all right, we're gonna do it. But no, like the Dr. Dre Snoop halftime show had like 1 billion people in it. Yeah. That was super fun. My favorite halftime show was Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno. I loved that halftime show. That's like my favorite halftime show. So yeah, like I like it being billed as multiple artists, and then it actually being multiple artists, and it's just like fun. I don't, it's like I like when it's one person, but I also just like the switching up. Yeah. I think it's fun. I think it just makes it more boom, boom, boom. Oh shit, this person's here. I like that a lot. So.
And there's more fun prop bets for us to.
That is very true. It's like what song is Madonna going to sing? Mm-hmm. That's going to be huge, because like 11 minutes. It's like BTS can do Dynamite, but like what's Shakira gonna do? Like what are we gonna do? Like Hips Don't Lie? What's happening? So you never know. But it's gonna be a fun show. I'm excited about that. And Chris, how much time you got?
I'm good.
You're good? All right, sweet. Let's do this. I want to do this Padres thing real quick. You got the video? I really want to do this. I really want to do this because I have more info on this, and I'm very excited about it. The San Diego Padres have, in my opinion, won the award for best stadium promo in all of sports. If you have a better one, hit up at Brunch Breakdown and let me know what that is, and we will talk about it. But I want to go to this video right now. So hit it.
If you can work from anywhere, why not work from Petco Park, America's #1 ballpark? The Padres are hosting Remote Work Wednesdays starting June 10th. You'll get a ticket to the game and $10 in fryer funds for your remote work lunch break. So instead of watching the game while working from home, let's make Petco Park the #1 office in America.
Work from home Wednesdays, June 10th is the first one. And I need everybody in the San Diego area and beyond to go to this and make this a Wednesday tradition. I need it to happen, because they're like, if it works, they're going to do more. But it's against the Reds, Wednesday, June 10th at 1:10 p.m.
It's a great idea. It's great marketing, because let's be honest, the day games that happen midweek are solely for like kids field trips and work group outings anyway. So like now people are going to see this, and it's going to make them think more about doing a work group outing at the Padres ballpark, and they're going to make money off it. It's genius marketing.
Dude, I would grab my friends and grab our laptops and we'll just be out there. Listen, San Diego Padres, make sure the Wi-Fi is on point.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't want the headlines to be Padres do work from home Wednesdays. No one can connect to the internet. Just come on. Make sure it's right, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you're good.
And if you're there and you got your laptop and you're using that public Wi-Fi, be careful what you log into, okay? Because people are going to steal your shit. If you log into the wrong thing, that many people on public Wi-Fi, it's going to get you in trouble. That's why you don't do a bank transaction at the airport on the free Wi-Fi. You just don't do it, okay? So be careful, people. Have fun, but be careful.
Oh man. But I will say Petco Park though, like the atmosphere around that stadium is so cool. That stadium sits like right in the middle of San Diego and it's just like there's a bunch of stuff around it. It reminds me a lot of how the North Shore is and how there's like just a bunch of stuff around it and stuff and how Philadelphia is. I don't know if you've been to Philadelphia's situation where they have all of their stuff around, but like Petco Park's, it's just in a really cool location. It's in a great location in San Diego. And it's like, wow, you just built this right in the middle of the city. Good on you guys.
I've seen videos. There's like a lot of apartments and Airbnbs and like high rises where the balcony, you can just watch the game.
You can just see it. Yeah. It's like, there's so many things just like around that stadium. It's like, it's really cool. So go to this. This is great. Padres, you did it. You did it. Shout out to you guys.
Nice work.
Good job. Good job. All right, let's get into music. Chris, what do you listen to, man?
Oh, that is a great question. You go first.
All right, I will go first. Okay, so I am going to throw on the playlist a lot from Iceman. If you guys did not listen to the beginning of the podcast, I'm just letting you know a lot from Iceman's coming on here. So Whisper My Name is definitely going on the playlist. That is my favorite song on this. But yeah, first one from Iceman. Yeah. Whisper My Name.
I have I'm gonna dig and get a specific artist for this. But my feed has largely lately been showing me how insanely awesome the ska scene is in like Japan and Korea, dude. These shows these kids are putting on, it's like what Warped Tour was in 2003 here. I'm just blown away by the energy, the crowds, the musicianship. It's funny because we talked about K-pop before and like how I kind of don't get it, why it's popular here, because like I don't understand the words that like I need to know what they're talking about. But then I listen to this and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about at all, but this is unbelievable. So I'm kind of like a hypocrite, but I'm loving it. So I'm going to find some type of like K-pop ska band for you guys, and we're going to put it on the playlist this week, and I want to know what everybody thinks.
See, I say that shit to people all the time. I'm just like, I promise you, the words don't matter if it's the music that you like. Because the reason why K-pop is so big here is because they just do boy band shit. Like they're doing like R&B and pop music, and they're doing choreographed dance moves better than NSYNC or Backstreet Boys ever did. But that's the whole thing. It's like, because there will be one thing that everyone always likes. Girls will always like boys who dance and look good. And that is what all the K-pop bands are. Like, and talk about their music, whatever you want, but it's pop, it's catchy pop music, and they dance, it choreographed, and they all look good. They will always like it. And the same thing with Blackpink and the girl bands too. They're all the same. It's 4 girls doing choreographed dance moves that all look good, and they sing songs.
It's a pretty good equation.
It. And there will never be a time in the world where we don't like that. Just won't be. There will never be a time where we don't like that. But that's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what you put on the playlist. On the second albums that he put out, Maid of Honor, which is more of like the club record, more experimental record, which I find to be fascinating. It's not all good, but some of it is it's a fun one. Princess he puts on, which is Drake getting into his pop punk emo bag here.
Hey,
like it's not Prom Queen. Let's not Prom Queen, but it's not Prom Queen by Lil Wayne. Even though put that on the playlist. Prom Queen, Lil Wayne. But Princess is Drake doing an interesting emo kind of record. So I want everyone to listen to that. Princess, check it out. It's on Maid of Honor, one of the bonus albums that he put out.
All right.
So yeah, check it out.
I need to dig into Drake here. So this band Imbalance, they're from California. They sound a lot like the story so far. They put out a new release, I think it was 2 weeks ago, called 2 Steps Behind. Yeah, I mean, if you like energy from your pop punk band, these guys are going to give you about all you can quite literally physically handle. So I'm a big fan. I'll put that on there.
All right. And last song I'm gonna put on, back to Iceman, Too Hard for the Radio. This is just a jam. Like this is just, I mean, if you like the motto, if you like, yeah, like I'm trying to think of another Drake song that's like this, but this is just a bouncy, just dope Drake song. Like Too Hard for the Radio is gonna be playing all summer long. Like all summer long. Just get ready for it. Just letting everybody know this is gonna be played all summer long. So Too Hard for the Radio is just, that's the one.
Prepare yourself now.
Yeah, prepare yourself for. I'm not. It's not my favorite song on Iceman, but it is obviously the song that was thrown on here to be like, this is the jam. This is it. So, yeah, Too Hard for the Radio.
All right,
putting that on.
My last one is from Super Sometimes. Their song "Make Up Stories." It's going to be hard for me to pick anyone other than them in the brunchies for Artist of the Year. At this point, because I said before, like when you find a young pop punk band that's doing it, enjoy it now because it's going to change and you're going to end up hating it in like an album or two. And I just love everything they're doing right now. And they're like 19 years old and they're crushing it. They're from San Diego. They're a trio pop punk, just like Blink-182. Like it is very much a blast from my past and I'm enjoying it.
Nice. Well, that is the sounds of brunch. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the sounds of brunch. Listen to it on Spotify, exclusively on Spotify. All right. Christopher, any final thoughts today on the brunch breakdown?
I feel like internationally, like most people don't like us to begin with. So why are we going to these other places and giving them our best product? Why are we just like, I'm so pissed off about this football thing. Just stay home. Stay here.
Dude, listen, I don't want to watch football anywhere other than America. So why do you? I don't get it. Anyways, it's the brunch breakdown. We're out.